wait is over and the group stage is here. Welcome to the Concacaf Champions League Preview Show. I'm Scott Gleba. The Champions League group stage opens tomorrow night with 3 intriguing encounters. There are 2 games at 8 p.m. In Group A, Toronto FC hosts Cruz Azul. And in Group D, Olimpia travels to Bayamón for a meeting with the Puerto Rico Islanders. Plus, at 10 p.m., Monterrey makes its Champions League debut in Group C at home against Saprissa. We start with Toronto FC and Cruz Azul. Toronto is flying the flag for Canadian soccer at BMO Field and is hoping to emulate the Montreal Impact's stunning success of 2 years ago. The Reds squeaked past Motagua 3-2 on aggregate in the preliminary round thanks to a 79th-minute strike by Chad Barrett in the second leg. The hard-working American shared his thoughts on playing Cruz Azul with Concacaf TV.
It's Latin America, so they play a certain type of soccer. Even their defenders are really attackers. They're just not as good as attackers as the one on the field. But there's different approaches we can take. I don't know who they have on the team. It kind of depends on the formation and how we're going to come out, the players we have. So that's all up in the air. But I think we're going to go with how we normally play at home. We're going to high press them. We're going to high press him, go after him, and make him make a mistake. If I can't be ready, I'm sure Obi and Ibi have just been chomping at the bit to get in there and get a starter in their belt and show us that they can do. And they're great players, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Canadian
international Dwayne De Rosario is a veteran of many CONCACAF battles. He has 2 career CCL goals, including the one he scored against Motagua in the second leg. The former Houston Dynamo star spoke to Concacaf TV.
Cruz Azul is going to be very difficult. They're a team with a lot of experience, a lot of history, and they have more experience than we do in the CONCACAF in terms of the team and the club. But I fancy our chances at home.
For all of Cruz Azul's Champions League successes, the road has not always been kind. Away from Mexico City, La Máquina has 8 wins in 15 games, conceding an average of 1 goal per game. They fell behind at San Francisco 2-1 in a preliminary round first leg game on July 27th before prevailing 3-2. Emmanuel Villa struck for all 3 goals and then posted a 6-0 win at home in the second leg. Javier Orozco and Maxi Biancucci are looking forward to another Champions League campaign.
Cruz Azul is such an important institution that the runner-up position or just qualify to the playoffs is not enough for us. We don't compromise. Our goal is to win the championship, and we will make it happen. So you'll see a very determined team throughout the tournament. We have proved we are a good team. We are playing well, and we will keep walking the same road. Little by little, we are doing on the field what our coach wants from us. We are keeping the ball down on the ground, playing our game. Sometimes we do well, others we can't, but the idea is to improve our performance one game at a time.
Thanks to its impressive title run in last year's Mexican Apertura, Monterrey comes into this Champions League with much expected of it. The Rayados won the CONCACAF Cup Winners' Cup in 1993 and host Saprissa at the Estadio Tecnológico. Monterrey Vice President Luis Miguel Salvador wants to see his team lift the trophy.
We are representing not only our city of Monterrey, but also Mexico as a whole. We have to do it with dignity. And we are playing for a trophy that will take us to the Club World Cup. Then we want to lift it. It's not going to be easy, because there are many good teams in the tournament. But we'll do our best to take it home.
In its 2 previous CCL appearances, Saprissa has failed to make it out of the group stage, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. Poor away form always seems to be the stumbling block. Since winning its first ever Champions League game at DC United, the Purple Monster has tied 2 and lost 3, scoring only 2 goals over that stretch. What can be said about the Puerto Rico Islanders that they haven't already proved on the field? The Caribbean champions take on Olimpia at the Juan Ramon Lubriel, advancing once again to the group stage after splitting the 2-leg preliminary round series against the Los Angeles Galaxy, but triumphing 5-3 on aggregate. Colin Clark's men are 5-4-2 all-time at home in the competition. Against Central American sides, they are 3-1-1 in Bayamón. Edson Buttle, the Los Angeles Galaxy's U.S. national team star, gave us his verdict on the Islanders.
I feel like they're going to do well. They're going to surprise a few teams. They done well last year. I remember cheering for them, and unfortunately we got knocked out by them. But I wish them all the best, very best.
Olimpia crashed out of last year's preliminary round on the away goals rule against Árabe Unido. That result should serve as motivation this year. Olimpia's lone away win in the competition came against another Caribbean side, Joe Public, a little less than 2 years ago. Well, that's all for today. Please join us again tomorrow when we take a look at Wednesday's games. Remember to log on to Concacaf.com for live games, highlights, news, previews, and more. Thanks for watching Concacaf TV, your source for the Champions League.